Okay. Ma'am, you're on mute. So if you can unmute yourself, please. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So welcome to the webinar.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
so much for doing this.
I'm
And
highly obliged.
can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much once again for joining in. It's a Saturday. I'm sure we all are very busy, and Diwali is coming up. So thank you so much to all of you who've joined in. We have with us, as you know, Ms. Minali Sunda, who's going to be talking about a few things regarding parenting, regarding education, and regarding basically anything that comes in terms of future of education, since everything changed since the last 1 year. So, ma'am, are we good to go? Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
So, I would like to ask you, first of all, please tell us a bit about your school's mission and vision. There are a lot of people who've joined in, so they would want to know from you, what is your thoughts on the school's mission and vision?
So we have vision and mission. The vision for the school is we developed a child in such a manner that the child explores his talent and can excel in every part.
Mm-hmm.
Being an individuality, responsible individual, and become the individual in such a manner that the child can serve the society. And mission is like the child should be having a safe environment, a nourishing, a loving, and a healthy atmosphere, so that individually talent of the child is explored and the child can do the best in every field, in whatever field the child chooses. So we are giving a healthy platform to each child. Individually attention has been given. So that is the mission and the vision that the Florito World School proceeds for.
Wow, that's really nice to know, Mama. I think it's amazing to know that there are so many people who would love to know about the mission and vision, and there's not a lot of schools who would come out and say it so openly. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, I would like to ask you about what happened since last 2 years, since the pandemic. Everybody were affected, schools were affected, students were affected, parents were affected. What is your take on the shift of what happened from offline to online?
So both the aspect of online and offline are important. But when we goes to the offline, it was just a blackboard issues we were considering. But due to this pandemic situation, we have shifted the education from offline to online.
Yeah.
There were so many things that we need. Firstly, thing is we just get updated with the technology that we were still lacking. We were not aware of the online system, but slowly we got adapted to the online system. We definitely achieved the goals which we were proceeding with.
Right.
But there were some other parts also, like during the online classes, everybody was not able to have the devices, the sources, the internet. So these were the drawbacks that we faced. But the delivery content was in the similar way. The classroom schedule was affected. If the child was sitting in the online classes, the classroom discipline, the eye-to-eye contact of the teacher and the student, as well as the group study of the student. And secondary part is the discipline that we do in the classroom was affected. But definitely we need to learn something or the other with some or the other pandemic. And we do learn so many things. So proceeding with the same process, online and offline system are still the same. With this sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of the globe, some are wondering whether the adoption of online will be continue persist the post-pandemic, and how such a shift would impact the worldwide. But definitely it has affected the worldwide education. But again, with the started with the offline, we have again become to the track, and we definitely believe the system will run in the same manner only.
Do you believe, ma'am, in the later future, more and more schools will adopt online rather than offline? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Both the system will run simultaneously, online and offline.
Right.
Both will run in the same parallel. The things which are taught, the system which is implemented in the online class will be shifted in the offline also. So it will be similarly going on.
Absolutely, ma'am. We also at Code Vidya, we're tied up with you, where we are teaching coding for children and everything. How What is your take on coding being implemented so early in schools?
See, coding, sir, is nowadays the demand. And if we think according to the era, this is the recent things that we need to talk to the students.
Right.
Latest technology, latest implementations, and latest things need to be implemented. And coding is the one which has built up a very good response, and the students are, giving their best. Another part, what we think is, loving some or the other concept and then proceeding. Something is very difficult. The child is not able to understand, and then we implement that thing as a schedule or the syllabus.
Right.
But in the coding, it is something very interesting, and because everybody is updated with the technology, coding has again helped us in the offline and the online system, and definitely in the online system. And the students are doing their best because things that we learned after our education, our schooling, we are learning through coding in our regular classes also,
Right.
and that gives a different impact.
What do you feel, ma'am? There are a lot of parents who joined us, maybe few of them have a notion that, coding is not for children. I mean, coding should be started only at the college level. What is your simple answer for that?
See, coding, anything that we start should be started with the base. If we want the child should excel coding in the college, the coding should be started from the very early age, from the schooling only. Then only we will get a very good response, because once you start in the college a new concept of coding and the basics which you are lacking, the child feels little difficulty. But then if you start from the basics, then the things improve as per the ages. According to the age, the things they learn. So it is easy also, it is convenient also, and the child can grasp as per the interest also.
Right. And I would like to ask you something about parenting, because you two are a parent, and I think after last year, after the last 2 years, whatever has happened, a lot of things have changed at our home, at our school, and everything. So I would like to know, please tell us your thoughts on parenting styles, and what are the styles that you feel must be best to be adopted.
See, the parenting itself is something that can be as per the parent is being dealing with the particular child at its home atmosphere. Right. But according to the researchers, like we are having so many studies regarding parenting styles. So basically what we goes with, 4 parenting styles we definitely go, like permissive parenting, authoritative parenting, neglectful parenting, and authoritarian. Like permissive parenting, what is it is totally according to the child base. The parents always follows what the child is demanding, because nowadays extra pampering of the kids are being done. So the parent always indulge to avoid the basic conflicts. The parent always agree to each and every demand of the child, but that is also not good. If we go according to the neglectful parents, these definitely goes for the parents, both are working, they have less time, the communication between the parent and the child is less. So something that needs to be, speaking or need to be having conversation with the parent is lacking. So this, if keep on going, a gap has been there for the parent and the child, and in future maybe some problem arises and the child is not able to have a healthy communication with the parent because they were not having the proper time. If we go with authoritarian parents, it is always totally parent dependent. Like parents set some rules and regulations for the kids, and the kids follow it. Right. And they have a limited criteria, they have a limited, lines and limited forms for the child. So they need to be followed, whatever the parents are setting for them. Right. The goals and everything, any expectations, everything has been set up. The punishment they decide for each and everything. Right. But whatever the best according to researchers and studies is then is authoritative parenting. It is a equal communication between the child, between the parent. So they, have a healthy communication, and they solve problem with the children. Because nowadays we know that parents, along with their parents, kids are having so many problems. They see they are through, digitization. They see so many things that if they discuss with their parents, so they should be an open communication and natural consequences.
Correct.
But the end of everything, best parenting is the parent who deals with the child according to the home atmosphere at a particular situation at their own family is the best way of parenting. Rest, according to the researchers, we have so many things.
Yes,
but according to the parent, the individuality in the family is always the best one.
And do you think, ma'am, that has helped a lot more than parents know?
Definitely, sir, definitely.
And what if you must have been asked by a lot of parents. I'm sure you meet a lot of parents on a day-to-day basis. Um, there are few parents who find it hard to have the balance between studies and activities, and there are a few parents who are who make sure that the studies are important than activities, and there are parents who make sure activities are more important than studies. What is your answer, or what is your suggestion for them to keep that balance? What is the right balance you feel?
See, according to the things what we consider in the schooling, it is not all about report cards.
Yes.
The overall development of the child is very, very necessary because
Right.
it gives different learning styles. The
Yes.
child learns from different aspects. It
Right.
is not only through blackboards, it is not only through report cards, it's not only through marks, and it is not only through assessments. It is
Right.
everything, that is every part of the body. Either it is a brain, either it is, the hands, the mouth, every part understands and every part learns. So
Right.
we need to inculcate and we need to indulge every part of the child, like
Right.
naturalistic things.
Hmm.
Naturalistic, the child learns from the nature, the nearby
Hmm.
surrounding, the nearby
Yeah.
areas,
Yeah.
what the parents are doing, what we are seeing, what is
Hmm.
our atmosphere giving us.
Hmm.
And something like intrapersonal, the
Hmm.
child learns from the student, the child
Hmm.
learns from the group study, the
Hmm.
collaborative study. Two
Hmm.
students are sitting together and they are learning because there is, to and fro of the knowledge to each other. If we go to interpersonal, it
Hmm.
is through parent,
Mhm.
teacher, and the student.
Right.
A group, five students are sitting, they are
Right.
discussing, they are sharing. So that is something, very important part. The child can express visual
Hmm.
through smart boards, through digitization, through YouTube, everything can be included. And
Right.
then like bodily, some story writing is there. You can explain the child through some stories, through musical, and your way of delivering. See, lingual is one of the most important criteria. Along with the writing process, the reading process, the lingual process is important part. So whatever you deliver in which language, what is the perspective, what is the way of delivering, that is also important part. So everything need to be balanced. Overall development of the child as well as the report card of the child is
Hmm.
equally balanced, then only the child will have the development. So it is through like logical mathematical issues, we have little assessments, short term charts, hey, we are having map study. So these all will include towards and we make a student successful.
Amazing. Amazing. What are the activities that you feel could help uh, in both studies and increasing their mental or physical state? What are the few activities you think, like at the top of your head, what do you think comes to your mind?
See, activities, we start with the behaviorism of the child.
Mhm.
According to the every child behaviorism, we deal with according to, like some kids are having a learner, they are very passive learning. The
Mhm.
learner itself is a passive. So the
Mhm.
learn will have a positive, environment, and that positive environment need to be given to the child so that a positive energy from the child along with the behavioralism gives. Then we go with the connectivitism. So
Mhm.
the child connects with the different sources, with the parents, with the students. So that connectivity with the child, parent, and teacher will definitely give a positive response. Then constructism. See, these
Mhm.
are some of the teaching styles that we need to follow. So learner builds its own personal experience.
Mhm.
We does not make to learn a child. The child will learn from his personal, like some exam was given,
Right.
something was wrong. The child has learned from same aspect. I need to get it at positive from it. Some are like cognitism, like the child learns from short-term memories, like we go through lectures, we go through video lectures. So if some movie is going on, the child will definitely make a child sit on the movie. The child will grab everything, and after a few time, you just ask every dialogues. The child will definitely give you that this was happening. So that is also important criteria. You can use that part also. So everything should be included, and all behavioralism, constructivism, connectivity, all things all together
Mhm.
can have a better result. And for that, everybody needs to work out, the school, the teachers, the student, as well as the
Mhm.
parents.
Amazing. And do you feel that parents have always been encouraging of these activities, and they always encourage what school tells?
Definitely, sir. Definitely, that is the important, asset that we feel. A positive energy, a positivity response from the parents is only the source that runs the schools or makes a
Hmm.
school the best one.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's not all about the school itself. It is an equal collaboration of the parents also.
Hmm. Hmm. And I want to know if you could share a few tips for parents, so that how they too can adapt to whatever the pandemic has got us into, because we've all seen how things have changed after 2019. It was a normal life, it was normal school, it was students, it was teachers, it was principals, it was parents, but now everything changed in just 2 years, and it will take its own time to go back. So what would be few of your tips for parents so that they can adapt quickly to all these changes?
See, within these pandemic situation, everything has a drastic change. So according to that, considering parents need to be more vigilant, they need to be more responsible, they need to be more connected to the child,
Mhm.
because almost an year has been gone,
Mm.
and the students were only having conversation through the online platform with the teachers, and the
Mm.
parents were busy. See, everybody has their own other schedules also, so they should have a healthy communication with the child, and they should always boost your child's self-esteem,
Yeah.
praise your child, and make them feel proud that
Yes.
you are doing the best and the child is capable and strong enough. So
Mm.
boosting is one of the most, having a positive environment in the family, that you should keep on telling the kids that you can do it, you are the best, you
Mhm.
can achieve it. So these are the one which you need to be. The parent and the teacher need to have a good small role for the child, because
Right.
the child basically learns from the parents and the teacher.
Mm.
So both need to have the better role model. And the parents, they should learn while acting with the students, they should be always positive. They should make sure that the kids are listening, sharing, and seeing everything what is happening. So always have a healthy atmosphere, and make sure that you are having a proper eye on your child, and behave in the manner the child wants. See, what we definitely believe is we want our child to behave in which the parents want, but now the scenario has changed. The parent should behave the way the child wants. if a, so if a child is little sensitive, the parent need to deal in the same manner only, because we cannot, there should not be any comparison between two kids. Every individually kid is different. So we should only behave in the manner our child wants to,
Mm.
either in a positive manner, either in a strict manner, either in easy manner. So these things need to be having positive, and we definitely can go for it. Like parenting is one of the, it's same comes in the parenting. Every parenting is different, and every parents deal in the way the student want or the kid want.
Absolutely. So, what finally, in terms of education, ma'am, I just want to ask you, where are we headed? What do you feel as a managing director, as a person who's so influential in the education sector? What do you feel? What does the next 5 to 10 years look like in the education? What are your thoughts?
See, next educations, it is that scenario is going to change,
Right.
and the education has to, gone to the very high level of era. So
Right.
according to that, we firstly need to be updated what is going in the worldwide in the globe. So
Right.
that is the first one that we need to consider. And conceptually, if you go with the concept matter, like subjective kind of or core subject, they are important. But beside that, we need to be globally recognized. We need to be globally education. Everything happening in the era in the world need to be, have a basic knowledge. So upgradation will definitely be needed, and it
Mhm.
will take, as in the education sector, it was in beyond 5 years. It is a totally drastic change for next 5 years,
Mhm.
and education will have a very good platform, and the
Mhm.
students who will be going within all these years will definitely do something different.
Yeah, of course. And
Because they
we've
have come
seen,
through that pandemic situation. They have seen that sitting in the home for 1 year without classroom is little more effective. Sitting in the classroom and then grasping is a different part.
yes, yes. And I think more and more students have learned to adapt to new things now, because when we were
Yes,
young,
yes.
we had no clue that there was something like pandemic that even existed.
See,
Something
we
like this
have
would happen.
never thought that there will be a time when online system will be there for the education.
Yeah.
But see, we have adapted it and we have become familiar, and things as was adopted very easily and in a very short time.
Yeah. And last question, ma'am. I just wanted to know your thoughts on what do you feel when it comes to careers? How flexible should parents be? Because we know now that there are so many more careers than we had thought. What even we had options for, there are so many more. So last question would be, how flexible do you think parents should be with their children's career?
See, as per I have earlier also told that every parent is always demanding,
Hmm.
like a child should be what the parent want.
Hmm.
But now the scenario has changed, and the students, kids, they should be independently to choose their own careers. Besides some basic careers, we have so many other professionals also. Like they can go in all different fields, all
Hmm.
vocal fields. We have so many other, so the parents should be flexible and they should allow the kids to go in whatever field. Everybody cannot be the same as we want. And another part, what I have earlier told also, there is always a comparison. Like in my family, one is something a doctor or engineer, and I want another kid also. This should not be happening. The child should be free to choose the career, but that career should be actually, having a satisfaction control in the parent also.
Yeah.
Along with the satisfaction, for the parent, the child can choose, and the parents definitely should be flexible and should have a reliability also for choosing the career.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Last one thing, just for Code Vidya, I want to ask you, how
Yes.
has the collaboration been with Code Vidya, and what are your thoughts?
See, collaboration with Code Vidya was definitely, we had a good response, and we definitely achieved something different. And a student have also learned. And according to the coding, which was since 4 5 years, we have started with the coding, and coding has helped our student to adapt the technology, and they are doing the best. And we believe that if coding runs in the same manner for the further, they will give us a different platform, and coding can give a platform to the kids for the international level also. And let's start, because it was a pandemic situation for 1 year, we little less was given. But in the future, I believe that coding is the future of the student, and it will definitely give a good platform for them.
So it's safe to say that you're very happy with Code Vidya right now.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was lovely, lovely speaking with you. Thank you so much
Same
for
here, sir.
sharing your insights and taking your time out. I know it's a very difficult time right now to get you on a busy Saturday, but thank you for joining us.
No, same here, sir. And I was highly obliged that we had a conversation regarding all these things. And
Yes.
we definitely proceed that in the future also, we'll be going with some good responses. And thank you once again. And thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Happy Diwali to you.
Happy Diwali to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy Diwali to everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in. That was Dr. Minali Sundar, who really spoke very well about parenting and education and future. So if you have any doubts, and if you want to enroll your child into coding, Code Vidya is here for you. And Florida School has been doing really great. So thanks to all of you. Happy Diwali, and stay safe.